So, following Nosferatu, Robert Eggers' next movie is Werwolf, a werewolf movie, but it is Werwolf. This is going to be a 13th century thriller in England, ye old England, old Blighty, with dialogue or dialect, I guess, should I say, true to the time, apparently. This is an exclusive on the Hollywood Reporter, and I was wondering what they would, what Robert Eggers would get to do next, what he'd be allowed to do next. Focus Features is the company that was behind Nosferatu. Obviously, they're incredibly happy with Robert Eggers. You know, Nosferatu's gone on to do over $150 million worldwide on an incredibly small budget. So this has done really, really well. And a werewolf movie, let's take a look. Let's see what it says. So he's going to be taking on a werewolf movie. He's co-written it. Focus Features, which is Universal's art house division, which released and financed Nosferatu, is going to be working with Robert Eggers once more on Werwolf. The company has dated the thriller for when? It's another Christmas Day release because they're looking to replicate Nosferatu. It's not a bad idea. You know, Nosferatu did well. It's counter-programming. Loads of people, even on this podcast, were naysayers of that. I said it's going to do well because of counter-programming. I was proven completely correct. But yeah, it's going to be released Christmas Day 2026. And obviously, they are just looking to replicate the Nosferatu success. Who knows if it will be? We will see. He's co-wrote it along with the individual that helped him write The Northman. So that's good. Northman was really, really good. I really like The Northman. Good film. So yeah, we don't really know too much. It's going to be set in 13th century England. The script also features dialogue that was true to the time period and has translations and annotations for those uninitiated in Old English. He was originally planning to shoot it in black and white. That's no longer the case. I think that's a good idea. I think it, you know, I don't know. I think good. Don't do it in black and white. I think, yeah, good. There you go. There's not a great deal else here, really. This is good. This is good news. Got a lot of people back that he worked on with Nosferatu in terms of producers and things like that. I think this is great. I'm very happy with this. This movie has done incredibly well. Nosferatu 156 million. So, you know, a Werewolf movie. Yeah, good. I did see all the hilarious things over on Twitter. That was just like, we leaked image of Robert Eggers' Werewolf, and it's just a werewolf with a giant mustache. So, you know, I did enjoy all of that. But there you go, guys. What do you think? You know, Robert Eggers tackles a witch, a vampire, now a werewolf, Cthulhu-esque Lovecraftian stuff in The Lighthouse.
I think
now we're here.
I think that, you know, this year he embarrassed Wolfman with Nosferatu blowing it out of the water. And now he's like, I'm just going to embarrass them even more by making a much better werewolf movie.
I do like that. I do like the fact that this is announced the second, on Wolfman's initial week of release, basically.
Oh, just absolutely bombing.
What a terrible, terrible film.
Yeah, you actually went and saw it, didn't you, Nate?
I did, yeah. It's offensively bad. It's just not a great. It's really shit, to be honest. It's just bad. There's bad things. But what do we think to this? Who has seen? Please don't tell me I'm the only one that's watched Nosferatu, because that'll annoy me. Have you watched Nosferatu?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Has anyone else watched Nosferatu?
I have
seen
not
bits of
seen
it.
Amazing. Great.
When
Movie podcast where people don't watch movies.
No. When we talked about it, I talked about it. I said this. It's very, very good. Cinematically, it's beautiful. The atmospherics are incredible. You're shaken by just how well he handles sound. I mean, this is a complete film. Nosferatu was from beginning to end. I enjoyed every moment of it. There is some really weird vibes to it. If you're feeling like some kind of like psychosexual stuff in the background. I mean, there's some oddness here. There's a strange kind of intimacy.
Let's not review Nosferatu, but
okay. Oh, okay.
Now you've proven you've definitely watched it, which is great. because you've watched it, and that's Robert Eggers' most recent movie, what do you think about him tackling a werewolf movie? Where would you like to see him go? You know, are you excited or not? What do you reckon?
Well, I would like to. I'd like to see him actually like look at it a little bit more authentically from the werewolf's perspective. At times, I would like to see that again. We've only seen that a few times in cinematic history. I would like to see a quality change or transition from man to wolf. You know, I think we haven't had that in a long time, and clearly he can handle prosthetics well. You know, with the camera and everything else. If we're talking about the 13th century, I think it's going to have to be a little bit more raw, and very action oriented in order to kind of capture, you know, what it would have been like to be a werewolf around that period of time. You know?
I mean, 13th century England was a shithole.
So. Yeah. I mean, just. You know, I want to see some savagery.
Similar to today.
Well, but I would like.
We won't get into that.
I would like to see some savagery. You know, I would like to see some actual, you know, werewolf taking charge and why they're so terrifying.
It's a giant wolf, mate. That's why it's a wolf man. That's why they're terrifying. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, just the brutality of it all, the actual full beast mode. We haven't seen anything like that. The problem is we got sparkly Batman and like cuddly freaking werewolves out of Twilight and some crap. I want way out of that.
Man,
I want a little more. I want a really good underworld kind of thing, or even like the brutality that we saw in Blade with Wesley Snipes. I want there to be just like a hot mess everywhere the werewolf is. So, but no, I mean, we haven't had that in a long time. And the problem is the studios pull back too often when they're examining horror and what is the horror. This is 100% body horror, right? As much as Nosferatu was as well. Werewolf is pure body horror, just terrifyingly evil.
Well, it can be. You can focus on many aspects of it, actually, to be fair.
That's true, but like I said, the things I want to see, you asked me what I wanted to see. That's what I'd like.
You can focus on the psychological horror of the duality of being a werewolf. You could also focus on the psychological horror of not knowing who the werewolf is if they don't know they're the werewolf. So everyone's concerned that they might be it. There's lots of avenues you could go down, to be honest.
No, that's fair.
But yeah, I mean, the fact that you have seen Nosferatu, this makes you excited.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. When I heard about this, I thought it was, oh wow, that's great, perfect. And look, he's going to become more and more respected as he kind of builds up a cache of projects that he's done very successfully with not a lot of money. You know, I mean, to be fair, he shouldn't spend a lot of money or shouldn't have to spend a lot of money at horror because ultimately it's a psychological game. But this is he has a feel for it, but he knows how to shoot film. It's so good. Oh,
well, he's a modern auteur, isn't he? So
yeah. We were talking about the loss of one, you know, in our sphere for a bit because of David Lynch. But when you look back at that kind of filmmaker, there aren't very many of them. I haven't seen one in a long time. He might be it, right? He might be another auteur filmmaker. Because Denis Villeneuve actually, but Denis really proved himself not to be recently. So screw that guy.
I guess so. It's dependent, really. I mean, what his next film will be, which is not a property, that will be defining whether he's an auteur again. I guess. You know, you can't really. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
He made some really bad choices in Dune. So sorry.
Nick.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean,
have you watched any of Robert Eggers' films or not?
I don't. I'm sure I probably have. I can't think of any off the top of my head though. I'd have to go see, like, pull up a list of what movies he's done. I can't think of one off the top of my head that I've seen of his.
Well, he did The Lighthouse.
I don't think I saw that.
Okay.
But I will take this time to give my short, quick review of Dog Soldiers, which I did watch that I did not bring up on Tuesday. And that movie was not bad. It actually was not bad. There was one part towards the beginning where I don't know if the frame rate or it was just the shaky cam. Like I had to like look away from the screen because it was making me nauseous. It was when they were out in the woods. I thought it was. I wasn't expecting the twist with the girl. I'm not going to say what it is, just in case for those who haven't seen it. But yeah, the suit design for the werewolves in that was top notch. Very, very well done. So yeah, hopefully his. You know, I'm hoping in this movie that he does, they're definitely going to be using practical effects for the most part, I would imagine. I mean, I don't see how you could do CGI with the. Hopefully, they don't do CGI werewolves.
I doubt it. I doubt it. Culture is seething right now. It's like, you actually liked it. Yeah,
it's slow. It's so slow.
It is slow. It was almost like two separate movies. There was the out in the woods part of the movie, and then there's the in the house movie. It was like, you know, it was two separate.
Don't backtrack now, Nick. You said you liked it. All right, don't backtrack.
I do like it, but it is slow. I thought it was good, but yeah, it was slow.
Well, a movie can be slow to its positive, not to its detriment. Well, and to its detriment, of course. But if you're saying you liked it, then it was slow to its positive, wasn't it?
No, I enjoyed it. I didn't fall asleep while I was watching it, like I had with some episodes of Skeleton Crew and some other crap that I've had to try to watch.
Okay, Marv, what do you reckon to this then?
About Werewolf, I think how could you go wrong with this? You know, I like what Culture said about kind of getting into the head of the werewolf and having it more from the werewolf's perspective. That would be a movie that I would really be. I like films where we get more into the head of the monster than the monster just being this unknown entity that's, and our window into it is like, you know, the people around them. I think this is going to be a home run. I think this guy is definitely the fastest rising star in horror right now. I would love to see Skarsgård. Have they announced the cast for it? Is Skarsgård involved in it at all? Because he's kind of become a horror darling.
Yeah, there's no cast announced. It's just that he's going to be doing this. So.
On the one hand, it'd be interesting to see, but on the other hand, sometimes I hate when directors just stick to the same actors in every movie that they do, like a Kevin Smith, Tim Burton kind of situation.
Yeah. It's good for directors to kind of branch out with it. I mean, he's probably going to have bloody Willem Dafoe on the film, I would imagine.
Put him in any horror movie ever, and I'm interested.
Maybe he'll be the werewolf.
That actually would be kind of cool.
Oh, that'd be cool. Have like an older man as the werewolf, and then because it's sort of unassuming to a degree. I'd like that. That'd be great.
I like that idea. Multiple different characters, and you never know which one is actually the werewolf to the end.
It's like psychological.
Give it a little bit of a mystery, you know.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I'm game for this. I think, I'm game for it. I enjoyed Nosferatu, so. Solid stuff. We've got our first super chat of the evening about this.
I'm going to restart my computer real quick, guys. I'll be right back while you're reading.
Right. So, yeah, we've got our first super chat of the evening. Thank you so much. It's from Matthew Brown for $1.99. Says, think Robert is creating a Monsterverse, Mr. H.
Gosh.
Well, I mean, I guess he is, but probably not on purpose. You know, he's not.
Not everything needs to be an interconnected universe.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like it just isn't. You know, you watch the movies; they're definitely not connected. But you know, he is from a perspective of he's dabbling in all of the monsters basically, which is fun. You know, I'd like to see Robert Eggers tackle a Frankenstein movie. I think that'd be good because I think Robert Eggers would do very well with that. To be honest. So there you go. Let's move on from this topic now, though.